You know, I've been a taxi driver a long time, or let's get the terminology correct, a private hire driver. And it's very important you know your local area and know it well. To that end, we will have to take a knowledge test as part of getting our initial taxi license. Well, every now and again, you're taken away from your area that you know, and you have to rely on the old sat nav on the old mobile phone or in the car. They're not entirely foolproof. Every now and again, they do get things wrong. I myself nearly ended up in the middle of a farmer's field one day when I found out the maps on the sat nav I had in the car I was renting were about 10 years out of date. But there you have it. But surely a little bit of judgment and common sense might be in order every now and again. Have a look at this story I'll tell you now and work it out for yourself. How do everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a Wednesday. Hope you're doing all right. You know, I'm driving a Ford Tornado at the moment. Great minibus. 8 seaters, does all the stuff that I want to do, and it's perfectly affordable. But I tell you, my dream would be a Mercedes VITO. Posh, all the trimmings and everything else. Trouble is, they can range from about £40,000 upwards if you're going like new or a more modern one with less mileage. So really, it's a kind of car you have to look after, really. Well, there was this taxi driver who decided to do a fare, drop the person off, and thought they'd listen to their sat nav about taking a shortcut down a country lane on the way home. Well, it didn't end very well, did it? Yes, dropped off a fare at Marden in Huddersfield, West Yorkshire, and left and had to head back to Manchester. And he was directed down this kind of steep looking, craggly edged, stone covered thing that remotely resembled a dirt track, let alone any road I'd ever seen. And he decided to drive down it. He went down it and it got narrower and narrower and narrower, and more holes and pits and everything else were appearing till eventually, poof, stuck. And it even damaged the rear bumper on this rather expensive Mercedes VITO. A little bit embarrassing. Couldn't even get out of the car. The doors were blocked off and couldn't get out, so I'm assuming he climbed out of the window maybe. Had to abandon the car and come back with two friends the following day and had it towed out, and I'm sure there will be a very expensive garage bill. But this was an Uber driver, by the way, so the professional part of me is chuckling slightly, but I'm glad that the car was pulled out of there with not too much damage, other than a busted back bumper, and no one was hurt. But putting myself in that position, if I saw that going down there, I would think, well, that looks a little bit too not passable for my vehicle, and I'd look for somewhere else, wouldn't you? It just seems like a little bit of common sense might have been thrown out the window here, maybe. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think, or if you've encountered anything like this before. It's one of those taxi foo bars, I'm afraid, and I'm sure they happen every day. Toodaloo.